This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, fellow detectives. Vauldemare here with more Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson, Crimes and Punishment. Let's talk to our people one more time, see if we can get some of the bit of the heyday, the news, the lingo, the Django Unchained.
Can you tell me if you saw Mr. Montague Dunn on the day of his death?
Yes, of course. I met him, and we went to see Albert, his son, at around 9:30. He appeared quite calm.
What were you doing on the morning of the accident?
After paying multiple visits to Albert, I had a little talk with Miss White. Then I returned to my desk to complete some paperwork. Suddenly I observed that Mr. Dunn was not feeling well, so I ran immediately to fetch Albert. I clearly remember that it was around 10:30, for I was late that morning.
Thank you, Mr.
see what
Hamish.
Albert has
We shall
to say.
continue our investigation.
Albert. The kitchen knife, Albert. Or is that... Never mind. Where were you at the night of the murder?
Your father's death does seem highly suspicious. What were your movements here on that day?
Suspicious? Well, I was working in the seed house, taking care of Lysa... something, or Lear... Pontus, or... No, wait. Ah, these Latin names. I spent so many hours trying to memorize them.
Did you see your father that day?
Yes, he came here with Mr. Hamish for his weekly visit. There was nothing unusual about that.
And then?
Nothing. They stepped out to the backyard. It was perhaps 20 minutes before 10 o'clock. Then about 10 minutes later, I saw my father heading for the dry tropics room while Mr. Hamish returned here.
And Mr. Hamish and Miss White, what were they both doing that morning?
Mr. Hamish visited me a couple of times. I also saw him returning from talking with Miss White, and that was at 10 minutes past 10. But then he ran back here to me to tell me that my father was feeling unwell. We hurried across to the water lily room, and I found my father lying dead on the floor. Oh, my God.
Thank you, young man.
So
We
the
shall see
times
you
are
again
a little-
soon.
A little off, but let's talk to Miss White, see if she what she knows. Come on, open up. Open sesame. Alakazam. Shamir Shamazel, hold your spells. Oh, that's a wrong game. If I knew how to record computer stuff, I would definitely consider that. Although, really, a game like that's been done so many times. Well, what do I really... And besides, I usually play bad to okay games on here. I hardly ever play great games on here. At least, great to the whole community of gaming in general. Alright, Miss White. What do you know?
Can you tell me what Mr. Dunn was doing upon the day of his death?
I can, but there is nothing very special to say. I was in the laboratory when I saw Mr. Dunn heading towards me. Tuesday is the day of his weekly visit. It was supposed to be at 9, but he was 10 minutes late, as usual.
And then?
Well, he came in to say good morning. Then I saw him spend 2 or 3 minutes by the plants outside the laboratory. After that, he ran out in the direction of the nursery, where Mr. Hamish was working. He was always in a rush during the inspection, you see. I would pity anyone who stood in his way.
And that was the last time you saw him?
Yes. I stayed in the laboratory until 20 minutes to 11, when I heard the cries of Albert and Mr. Hamish from the large glass house. I joined them as soon as I could, for I knew that something must be very wrong.
What exactly were you doing in the laboratory?
I was recording an experiment for my thesis. I only stopped my work once when Mr. Hamish visited me briefly around 10 o'clock.
You say you were recording an experiment when the tragedy occurred. Might I listen to the roll?
Certainly. Please do. You will find it in the laboratory. It is number 320.
Let's see. Okay, well, going
Thank you,
straight.
miss.
Are we gonna go listen to the roll, or are we going straight to the experiment? God, that was a
Everyone
little-
has gone, Holmes.
It It's all
Way is
cracked
clear.
up. Alright. I want to go listen to that roll first before I just have to find the laboratory. And then we'll do the imagination show. The imagination show with Mr. Sherlock Holmes, famed detective. He's now doing the La Crème Theater. Anyway. Alright, so I need to go find the rolls again. Where were those at? And that's the nursery. Maybe it was in that one room. I have short memory, so sometimes I forget the smallest details. Oh, what the? Hold on. Oh, I guess I don't need to explore that, but, since I'm here. Since I caught it.
A master's degree diploma.
Interesting.
It belongs to
Just-
Martin Hamish. An award presented to Martin
Maybe it's
Hamish
just reaffirming that
Best Grower
Mr. Hamish
of the
actually knows
Year.
what he's doing when it comes to, like, plants and stuff. It must be over here, then. Was it this room? Oh, okay, here we go. There you go, listen to the... Were we given the evidence? Because she said it was in the laboratory, right? I thought, were we not given it? Huh. That's not it. I guess I'll... Because she said it was in the laboratory somewhere. Okay then. Well... I may have just wasted everyone's time. How lovely! Actually, I could just check the map. That way I have an idea of where everything is. Let's see. Might as well go do the experiment now that I've... seed house, ventilation system, palm house. She said it was in the laboratory. What laboratory? I'll grab it later. If I find it again. I need to do the experiment anyway. But I bet listening to her thing may give us an insight onto to what we need to do. When I find it, of course. Actually, she said it was in the laboratory, right? So, let me double check here before we... Don't want to waste all the time in the world, but...
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room.
That's weird. Because she said it was like... let's do the experiment. I don't want to waste this whole episode of me just running around with my head cut off, you know. Chicken with my head cut off, that's it. Yeah, that's the ticket. Alright, let's go start this experiment. Sorry we could have gotten it started before, but no, had to go check on some old info. Yeah. Anyway, alright. Okay, so he's inhaling the spores. And then he tries escaping the room. And then He's listening. He knocks that over. Then he goes to the... drags himself towards the door. Tries to open it. And then, you know, we already figured out what happened last time we broke through.
When Montague Dunn was standing close by the plants, the caterpillars were released and caused the deadly spores to activate. Panicking, and likely already half asphyxiated, Montague Dunn started back and knocked over the bust. He rushed to the door, but it was locked. He had to force it open with his shoulder. We already know the outcome. Montague Dunn collapsed and died not far from the pool. Well, it is time to perform our
Just weird
experiment.
the voice
on
of
the
that just
ventilation
like
system.
randomly get high. So the cat, yeah.
The caterpillars could only fall from the ventilation duct. Our caterpillars are in place. I'll activate the ventilation system so that they fall down. Watson, stay here and observe.
All right, Holmes.
Huh. So why was that thing highlighted? And it wouldn't let me... Oh, here we go. No, I already checked that. What am I doing? Okay, it's not letting me check it. Maybe it's something that... Yeah, let's...
We have to activate the ventilation system.
Trying to remember where that is. Wasn't that over in the corner of the place? I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? What's wrong with me today? I'm just garbled up spit of nonsense. That's what it is. Alright. Should make this quick. Too bad I just can't teleport over there. Like Watson in the in some of the original Sherlock Holmes games by this company. Which this company has pretty much been the haymakers of doing a... I don't know why I had to check over there. Of doing all these Sherlock Holmes games. Because no one really does that stuff anymore. So, alright, so we need to get inside there. Let's start it up. Okay, so...
The power is on. The engine has started.
Okay.
The ventilation
Now,
system is working.
So now we just take a look at the where it goes. Yep. Ah, we're using Sherlock Vision the whole time. Okay, so it goes in here. Starts there. Goes that way. Hello. What's this?
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room. Excellent. This ventilation fan is working.
This is
Let us see
interesting.
if
One of the
I
few
can
times where you have to use
activate the other
the Sherlock Vision the whole time. Alright, let's go through here. That connects to this one. I probably don't have to follow it the whole way, but we're going to go and do that anyway. Let's see, and then that... It's basically following the yellow brick road. Following the yellow ventilation system. That goes in the next room there. Ugh, for some reason I was getting a little sick there for a few seconds. Like I said, sometimes first-person stuff just makes me kind of ill every once in a while if I mess with it for too long.
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window. Perfect. Now I just need to find Watson.
Oh, is it just going to teleport me over there? Well, thanks for doing it now. And nor saves me wasting a bit more of the game.
It works perfectly, Holmes. Bravo. Now, if you could just help me to get rid of these caterpillars.
Perfect. Now we know how the murder of Montague Dunn was carried out, by activating both Albert's and Mr. Hamish's fans.
But only from Mr. Hamish's workplace would it be possible to see when Montague Dunn entered the Colonial Collection Room.
Interesting. Okay. So, a daily precision. The plant stimulation caused by the caterpillar's fall would be performed by Martin's workplace, the one location where it could be possible to see Montague. Yeah, that's the only way we'd be able to get precision of that magnitude. You can't handle flavor of this magnitude! So, there's definitely a... he's one of the options, it looks like. Could be the killer. He had the opportunity to steal the divine syndicate plant, stimulate them from his workplace, so that's one option. Fed the arrest of Martin Hamish. Isn't that a little too soon? Huh.
Let's go
Oh,
to
are we
Scotland
given
Yard.
reasons to put him in jail now? Like we don't know if he's actually the murderer. We've created him as a suspect. So now we've got to but are there reasons to go to Albert and sorry, my nose is a little funky. Because usually there's an absolving thing, so we probably just have to I still want to find out where Mrs. White's stuff is. Because she says in the laboratory, but actually let me check my notes of what I need to do now. Find out if you're Mr. Montague. Contact Lestrade in order to have Martin Hamish arrested. Well, we have that. But now it hasn't asked me to finish the mystery yet, so, and we haven't connected all the pieces yet, so. I feel like I'm missing something. Like I'm missing that one clue from her or something, but I want to listen to those one things again really quick. Because I know, I bet depending on the clues, we'll be able to basically put all of them in interrogation just to find out what to do next. Let's see. I solved these mysteries already. I assume the reason we're asking to put him under the scope is because he's a. Yeah, that's not. Alright, let's go Scotland Yard. I don't want to keep wasting everyone's time trying to. I'll probably run across it eventually. Go Scotland Yard. That way we can interrogate him some more under duress. Because that's when people are most vulnerable. I don't know, maybe her tube was hidden or something, because she said she didn't mind us hearing it, but now we just have to find it. Actually, now I think I do have an idea where it might be, but I'll check that later. Now that I think about it, it gave me time to think. But let's ask Lestrade to we need you to arrest his ass.
Mr. Holmes?
I must admit, it would be rather unusual
And
to
why
use
not?
a
It's a
poisonous
murder story. You
plant as
gotta
a
come up
murder
with
weapon.
original concepts, otherwise you'll just be. That was weird. It got glitched or something. Mr. Lestrade.
Inspector, I believe that Martin Hamish is guilty of the murder of Montague Dunn.
Aha! I knew it. I'll send the lads around to arrest him.
Very good. I shall wait to
Sometime
hear from
later.
you.
Sometime later. Did we already solve? I hope we just didn't solve the mystery, because it should have done it like it did before, right? So, and there's too many things open to like officially call it. So I don't know why we're immediately going to story-wise to arrest him. That's kind of weird. Unless they decide to do case number 5 a bit differently. Well, I guess we'll find out here in a second.
Inspector, I came here as quickly as I could.
Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to hurry.
Why? Did he kill himself? Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I doubt he would have been able to figure that out. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Hold on. I wonder if, I feel like I'm missing a clue, though. Well, the thing is that, yeah, see, that completely disregards everything else. What's this supposed to be? Yeah, see that? A lot of that makes sense. I wonder. I wonder what happens if I switch it, though. I'm just curious. So that doesn't even. Well, that didn't even pull anything out. I guess because of the Hamish opportunity thing, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, see, we're still finding clues. So the sect being a option is not even really an option, really. Yeah, see, it doesn't even. This is like one different because it doesn't even let you choose any other options. I feel like there's some clues I'm missing, though. What? Oh, come on, game.
Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to hurry.
Mr. Holmes?
Well, I guess we need to find Mr. Hamish. What is up with my recording? I'm sorry, guys. Just my recording just like randomly will screw up for every other second. I don't know why. That kind of made me ruin my inflection there. All right. Well, in the next episode of Crime and Punishment Sherlock Holmes, I guess we'll find Mr. Hamish, and I guess we'll solve the mystery there. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you again, detectives.